And welcome back, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that little break, a little big break. I hope you got a snack, got cozy, like I instructed you to an hour and a half ago, because we've got exciting Counter Strike action continuing, Brandon. Our second game of the day. We're in the lower bracket now, so the stakes are a whole lot higher.
Yeah, it's a shame for teams that are just making it through to the lower bracket because it's one of those where you don't really have any chances. For teams that played earlier in the upper bracket, the winners of those games, that was actually qualification, and now
Yeah.
you drop down immediately. You get another chance, which is great. And for some of these teams, potentially they're watching on to kind of scope out some of the opposition that they've got coming up. And coming up on this one, obviously, we've got Denmark taking on Belgium. That's going to be a really interesting game. But I think it's important to highlight some of the teams that have already sort of made it through, as we do see that pop up on the screen, because of course we had 4 games going on. We saw Team Sweden qualify over Team Romania. Team Poland also qualified through. Team France looked very dominant in their game, and also Team Spain beat out Team Portugal 2-1. So those are the 4 teams that I just mentioned: France, Spain, oh god, I just tested myself. France, Spain, Sweden, Poland. They're the teams that are qualified through. They're the 4 spots that they've made it through. They obviously joined with the Netherlands, and now we just need 2 more.
Yes, and stacked teams that made it through. I think Spain upsetting Portugal is a surprising one. Very close games in that series, 13-10, 13-11, 13-9. So Spain, I think, have upset a lot of people, really surprised a lot of people. But this is a roster that, as I mentioned earlier, they're actually playing outside of the kind of national squad. They are playing together as a 5 and been really grinding over the past few months. So I think that's really showing in the server. Our teams down in the lower bracket that are fighting for survival are obviously the 4 teams that lost those opening games, right? So they start in that second round of lower bracket. But then we've got 8 other teams that are going to be
Yeah.
joining them. So there's 12 teams fighting for 2 spots. Obviously, we've got Denmark versus Belgium, but the other 3 games going on at the same time are going to be Belarus versus Turkey, Slovakia versus Austria, and Germany versus Norway.
Yeah, so basically what we're saying is, number 1, there's a lot of Counter-Strike. Number 2, there's not enough spots for these 12 teams to fit into 2 of them. And thirdly is that if you lose, you're done. You can't progress any further. So that means that we're going to have to get straight into the action now. Denmark versus Belgium. And I'll be honest here, I look at this and it feels like a similar story when it comes to matchups in our first best of 3 of the day, where I look at this and I think Denmark come in as the clear favourites. I think they've got not the most experience, but the more experience of them playing together as a team compared to Team Belgium. There's a lot of familiar names that you'd be familiar with in the Team Denmark roster. If we can, I might be jumping a bit ahead on this, but if we could bring up the roster for Team Denmark and then take a look at those, it'd be great to talk about them.
Yeah, we talked a little about the progression as well for Denmark in terms of the group stage for them. They only dropped 2 series. So one was against Portugal, that was a 13-8 loss. And they also lost to Sweden in the opening game, which was 13-11 to Sweden. That was an incredibly close match. So I think Denmark probably should have won. And part of that was maybe the inexperience of that roster, which we will bring up so we can take a look at. Because I think the key thing about this Denmark team is there are 3 players that played together for what, the entirety of last year under Astralis. That's Anya, Isma, and Marie. Obviously, Isma and Marie are still part of that roster. Anya was benched not that long ago as Astralis go through a rebuild going into next season of ESL Impact. But that does mean those 3 have a lot of familiarity, and then you bring in an experienced, I say at this stage, IGL in Ramzan, who has now got a couple of years of calling under her belt, and you've got a very scary team.
Yeah, and it's interesting as well because domestically, obviously, Ramsden is actually now stepping away a little bit from the IGL in, focusing on her AWPing a lot. But you're right, she's going to be comfortable just kind of leading this squad. I think experience will do wonders when it comes to IGL in this group of players as well. I think it's going to be between Ramsden and KitKat to kind of lead this team into sort of the next level, in towards this lower bracket as well. Because Ismo, Marie, Anya, they're very young players. They're also players that don't have the most amount of competitive experience just under the belts, just due to their age. But despite that, Ismo and Marie are some fantastic talents to keep your eye on, not only just in this Denmark team, but also in the women's circuit. I look at Ismo, made a very bold prediction on ESL Impact where I said I expect her to be one of the best players in the world in a few years. I still stand by that. I think she's a fantastic player. And Marie as well has been really surprising me, kind of coming out of that development with Astralis. And I'm really excited to see what these two in particular can do on the server today.
Yeah, it always felt like they were the kind of the clear strongest pieces of that Astralis puzzle. So it's no surprise to see them kind of staying in part of that rebuild. Kitka obviously she has her experience too from being on guilds. So there's a lot of guild players floating around in these various teams. I will confess, Brandon, I just assumed Ramson's calling, by the way. I don't actually have 100% confirmation on that, but I just assumed based on the players that make up this team that she's the one that actually comes through having IGL'd.
It's fine. I'll die on the hill. I'm assuming she is. So
yeah.
That's fine.
So, I mean, we're just making assumptions all day, every day on this stream, and you guys just lap them up and believe them, and that makes you suckers. So, yeah, joke's on you if we're wrong. I'm kidding. Right. We love you. Let's talk about Belgium. We've spoken a bunch about Denmark. Let's bring up the Belgium team. It's a team that I was surprised, actually, in their opening day. So, first off, I'll talk you through their results because they had 2 wins, 2 losses, smaller group, okay? So they played less games, which is why they made it out of their group despite not winning the majority of their matches. But they did beat Spain very handily, 13-3, which is very impressive considering Spain have just qualified to Riyadh. And a very close game versus Germany, which is a very strong team. And the other two, obviously Romania was one of their losses and Iceland was one of their wins. Moraltis is calling on this team. So she's very recently taken up the IGL role, having played in various rosters over many years. Has taken a step forward into IGLing, as recently obviously in K10 Ashes is her new team, which she sort of was part of the building process from that, so it's kind of built around her. So she's been kind of dipping her toes into that, so comes into this as the less experienced IGL when we put her up against Ramson on the other side. But I think the key thing that she has kind of in her favor here is that she's played like Kelly V that's in this squad. And I was so impressed by Kelly V on those opening days. Obviously, we know her as I kind of called her like the 5th Beetle last week because she's that Nigma Galaxy member that was there before Nigma Galaxy era started, right? Before Kat came in, who replaced her. And then she kind of left CS, but comes back with the national squad and she was lights out. So impressive on day one in those best of ones. So, that experience that she brings, I think that can help Moraltis, who's obviously new in this role.
Yeah, no, of course. And you've got Kitten, you've got another Kitty Cat. So that's going to be fun, just going on a head-to-head there. And you got Enzi rounding out this lineup. A little bit of insider information. It isn't really like anything, but Moraltis was scrimming with K10 Ashes before this sort of series went live. So the Belgium squad weren't playing together, or at least not all 5 of them, because Moraltis was scrimming, because Moraltis was scrimming against one of my friends, and he took a photo, sent it to me and said, hey, look, Moraltis is scrimming against us, and that was on Nuke. So a bit of useless trivia, but there you go.
Yeah, I mean, I could have told you that as well, because I got my inside scoops on K10 too.
I wanted to get my inside scoop in before you did.
Yeah, you out-scooped me.
Yeah,
you're like you're the larger spoon in the ice cream. I got a little teaspoon. You got the big. Anyway, so interesting fact, Brandon, actually about this Belgium team. I think they are the oldest team on average. I think, it's a bunch of veterans that have previously represented Belgium that are back with under Moraltis. That's cool. Let's talk veto. Now, the best I can use here is kind of the information that I have of how Moraltis is vetoing on K10, which I think this is, well, guess what? It's 2 of the maps that we've seen every veto. That doesn't surprise me because the comfort picks would have been Ancient. Mirage, I think, was definitely an option for Belgium, but this is about where I expected it to go, I guess. Anubis is one that they've been packing a lot. They were screaming it earlier, so yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. I expected Anubis. I expected Ancient, just based on what you told me. I think the Inferno pick's a fun one as well. I know Astralis would like that map quite a lot. NOP would play it as well. So just kind of, again, trying to blend in all of the domestic teams into sort of the Denmark national team. It makes sense that they land on Inferno. I can't remember if Guild will play in Inferno. Doesn't matter. Anyway, the point is 4 out of 5 do. So it
I
makes
you know
sense
what I
to
would
go
have
there.
liked, Brandon, actually? It's one thing I don't like the Inferno, actually. I know that
Really? All right.
Ramsden's gonna feel really comfy calling on this map. But I think I would have much preferred Vertigo. I think it would have been a huge punish pick
True. Yeah.
from them, and it was Astralis' most played map, I think, pretty much throughout their entire time. So, and Ramsden was really good on it on NIP. So I think there's every reason why Vertigo would have been a good map to go to. They've gone for a safer place. I would have liked the punish.
Yes.
You don't
No,
agree
that's
with me.
fine.
But I think it would have been cool.
The only reason why I don't agree with you is because you're playing with players you don't normally play with too
Yeah.
much. Yes, it is sort of like a Astralis sort of core blended in with experienced players that do like Vertigo, but at the same time, can you call them new changes now? I'd say that like they're still in the woodwork with some of these changes, and to bring that out, especially when your life is on the line in a lower bracket run, if you lose the best of 3, you lose your map pick, you're going to be feeling horrible about that. So you're playing it safe. You're going for Inferno. I'm going to be boring, but that's who I am.
Which has been the vetoes for this entire event, right? Not everyone's kind of keeping to the safe maps, and I guess that comes back to being in a position where you're not necessarily playing with the 5 players you normally play with, like in your teams. You're having to work with different players that have different strengths, that come from teams that play different vetoes, and you're just going to land on those common ground maps. Inferno's a pretty cool one. I mean, Ramsden's had a lot of success on this map in the past. You see Astralis comfy on it, so yeah, checks out. I'm actually wouldn't have been surprised if they even picked into Ancient, but I think they knew they could get it as a decider, so they prefer to go somewhere else.
Yeah. And especially with how every BO1 apparently was Ancient. So it's one of those where you can kind of expect it to kind of naturally land as that decider. You can kind of keep it in your back pocket. And especially when you feel like you come into this as Denmark being the favorites, in my opinion anyway, it's better to just kind of have that in your back pocket and pick another map to your strength. So we obviously don't know, the amount of practice time everyone has had together. We don't know what the scrims have been looking like, but on Inferno, maybe they've been feeling pretty confident on it, and they just go for it in that regard. There's so many sort of variables, and we just sit here going, oh, Inferno, cool, okay. When it comes to predictions, where it comes to sort of where this one is going, I feel like I've made my allegiance pretty clear with Team Denmark. Are you backing me on that, or are you saying, no, Team Belgium, are you going the other way? Are you going to play the devil's advocate like we normally do?
Yeah, of course.
Right.
I mean, look, Denmark has all the name value, and has that, core, which is a massive advantage when we're talking these teams. Having a core that plays together is a huge advantage. But I think Belgium are cool. I like Moraltes, and I'm just gonna. That's the whole reason. I think they looked really good on Anubis versus Iceland. I don't think that was the biggest litmus test for this team. That Iceland was one of the weaker teams. I think they bottomed out that group. They actually, had some decent individual moments, but as a team and the cohesion, I don't think that the Anubis was really tested from Belgium. And so I think this is going to be a much bigger test for them. And I think they can definitely take Anubis. I have my doubts about Inferno. I think that's going to be a real struggle. But if it gets to Ancient, I think that kind of opens up to anyone.
All right, fair enough. You've spoken a little bit about you saw Belgium. Again, I'm going to rely on you a little bit because I wasn't here last week. Did you see Denmark play? And if you did, how were they looking?
Yeah, so Denmark was the opening game that we covered. That was versus Sweden, which I think they should have won. I think they were playing better Counter-Strike. And they got 8 rounds, I think, on the CT side. So everything was kind of in a good spot. Couldn't make it work when the sides switched. Just couldn't break through against Sweden. I think I've got that right in my head, not the other way around. But either way, it was like a really strong first half. Second half, just couldn't quite get there. There was multiple clutches that came through from Sweden, where it felt like maybe the pressure got to some of the inexperienced players on Denmark's side. And again, I mean, I don't think it's to the same extent versus a team like Belgium, but that experience is still going to be a big factor. It might not be Giuliano and Zaz, but, Kelly V's got plenty of experience. I think Kitten does as well. So, yeah, it's going to be a similar conversation, but maybe not to the same degree.
And that was, that game where Denmark should have potentially beaten Team Sweden, in your opinion, that was on Anubis?
That was on Ancient. So I've not seen Denmark played Anubis. I don't know if they've played this yet.
Okay, that's cool though. That's interesting. I know for a fact Astralis did used to sort of play in Anubis, so we'll have to wait and see. Speculation time is over. We can jump straight into things right here, right now. Last life for either Team Belgium or Team Denmark progressing through here in the European qualifiers for IESF 2024. Team Denmark will be starting on that T side, and Ramsden's got a little bit of U2. In fact, the whole squad has got quite a lot.
Kitty Cat versus Kit Kat. It's the matchup we've all been waiting for. Stand the cats in the chat. You can pick which one you want to support.
Look at this lane. 3 players now pushing aggressively for Team Belgium in towards mid. Will they spot anyone? Team Denmark are playing so contact heavy until that U2 immediately falls further forward. Kelly V immediately starts to rotate. They're on a quick flank here, but Denmark are holding for it.
Yeah, they've got good position on the CT side, at least, in that they are everywhere. But 3 players have to enter through main. Ramsden playing this angle. Gonna be a difficult clear. Enzi can't get past. Ramsden gets the double and the triple, in fact. She's taking down all of them. Now Kit Kat has a nice little line to fight onto one. Kitty Cat, though, does take 2 back, and she's got a kit and a smoke, so there is a chance. Oh, well, but Ramsden denies it. A quad kill to get Denmark started.
Yeah, that's awesome. Leading from the front by Ramsden, making sure that when they are ready to drop all the utility, Team Denmark are in the perfect position to profit off it. And then also getting 4 kills here on this angle with no armor. In fact, no bullets even connected on her in the first instance. In fact, in any instance. That's huge. What a round from Ramsden.
You see the ideas from Belgium. I think if it was any other play, they would have been in a really good position. But the contact from Denmark, not even someone sitting back to throw the util, it's all close to rugs. So no one gets spotted. It's a fun little stack in middle. You reckon?
Yeah, it's quite nice. You either see this one by the doors, or you see the one on A that is kind of like slanted, almost like you draw those curves in sort of like high school, secondary school, if you're from the UK.
Ramsden going first to the USP. Like, if she just gets domed here by Kitty Cat in the right jiggle,
Fine.
like that's yeah, but it's not going to give you any information. You know what I mean? But I guess she's now so deeply progressed, they'll probably just start to move forward. But yeah, that's the concern. At least Anya's there for the trade. But if Ismo gets caught in middle, okay, they start to disassemble the boost, and Ismo won't get caught. Or will she?
Nah.
Maybe. She might still get caught. There's a lot of players there. Okay, the other two are just standing there on top of each other's heads, not doing anything. It's a 3-on-3. They've not moved. They're still on top of each other.
So they were hoping that pretty much like Anya would run through camera to try and like back up Ismo, because Ismo like never really swang past the sort of choke point. Ismo played that really well because she wanted to try to bait everyone from Team Belgium in towards mid. In fact, it's Moraltis that takes her down, but ultimately Team Belgium were banking on players being there to help out Ismo, but she didn't need any help. She kept them all there. Are there any guns that could be picked up here? No, because remember, it was Ramsden only on that USP. She's done that deliberately so she can get the AWP out in this.
Talk a bit more about Belgium's Anubis as well. The victory I had over Spain, that was Anubis. So, where they've posted their 2 dubs. Don't know where they posted their losses.
Ancient.
Yeah, spot on. Not hard to work out because
yeah, it was actually a 50-50. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could already sort of maybe see the game plan here for Team Denmark. It's going to be very methodical. As soon as they get a pick, it feels like they're going to crunch on the bomb site. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're trying to take the space. They deny Enzi upgrading the MP9. Anya's just dropping even more utility. Moraltis under pressure. And look at Marie in mid. This split is brutal.
Yeah, Moraltis is going to be sweating. Drops smoke on camera, actually. She's going to deny her a bit of information. It's going to cause Kitty Cat to have to maybe be aware of a potential temple flank. At this stage, Denmark can just group and hit one direction and they'll be all sorted. And you figure once you found that mid player and you've got Marie posted here, you just go to A.
It's also correct to go to A here because of the space where they pushed off the player that was on site through utility. I think it was Moraltis. that was lying in wait. Speaking of lying in wait, there is Marie, and this should be a save. I don't think Morales should be going for this whatsoever. Okay. Enzi will help out Marie. It's still a 4-on-2. And it only gets worse.
Yeah. It feels like you get that one kill, maybe just leave. You know, it's not really a need to push the issue any further. The first gun round goes the way of Denmark. And it just comes off a couple of nice little isolated fights that have won out by Denmark. Ramson just gets the initial peek into dark, and Marie finds her frag in middle. Got the Nova on display for NZ.
I know you're a fan of that.
Yeah, it's not my favorite rifle. Rifle? Shotgun. EV gets herself a gun and upgrade, and the shotgun finds a kill. So this can now get scary. There was almost another one there. Ismo gets shot by the USP. If that was any other pistol, it's a kill. It's a bomb to be planted, and now those early kills, you're going to struggle to get much from them. There's no reason not to have a slight look in, especially with the shotgun.
Save your head armor.
Yeah.
You're just denying more utility. I mean, it doesn't matter really for Denmark, but you save your Kevlar. Oh, Morales is still going to give it a go. Any money's good money. Will it connect? Not quite. Should
Kill
give it
pace
another
for the
go.
armor.
Oh.
No kill.
I would have liked to have kept the armor. But that's me.
They were saving for this round anyway.
They've got tons of money, yeah.
Yeah. Wait, that's 6? That's a 6, right?
6.
Yeah, still lots of money. She's loaded.
And to be fair, it wasn't even her shotgun.
Yeah, exactly. This is that sort of round kind of highlights, I believe, how Belgium can maybe capitalize on this T side from Denmark, in that it feels early on with the default. There's a lot of individual searching. We saw a middle there. And that was how they won their first round too. If that continues, there might be a way to exploit it, but this is pack tactics in canals. Kit Kat spams down Kitten.
Yeah, still waiting for that head-to-head. Kit Kat versus Kit Kat. This is just default. So much control being acquired. Oh, nice timing on that, because Ismo bails out Marie. The split in towards B is pretty potent. Kelly V now calling over the reinforcements as well. 1 minute left on the clock. Remember, Denmark don't have to commit into this, but with all this space, you imagine they might.
Yeah, Kelly V. That smoke comes at a good time, actually, to help her. Look forward, gets a kill. And Enzi gets hers. With the smoke still down, yeah, Denmark, they don't want to push through. That would have been to their undoing. They have to back out, and look at the space Morales has taken. Has a good angle. Spots legs. And more, and more. All three seen. Issue is, they saw her as well. So she can't really get ahead of this, but she can be a nuisance just by existing.
I think it's okay, though, because Ramsden can plant for CT. This gives you limited options, but it means that Team Denmark needs to take space. Kit Kat needs to win out this fight.
Good smoke. But yeah, Kit Kat's on the jiggle, sees her, swings, and it's good. Kelly V drops. Routers flush forward. Ismo hits her headshot. Enzi can't get involved in this round. That smoke keeps her at bay. Relied on one of her teammates winning out the fight for the distraction. At least an AWP to be picked up. Denmark off to a flying start in this T side.
Yeah, I really would have liked. I don't know 100% if Morales got spotted there on that mid jiggle, but if information did go both ways, I still would have liked to have her potentially playing like on contact rather than dropping utility. I understand she's trying to try and get the rotations over for the rest of Team Belgium to rotate forward. But at the same time, she can catch maybe someone planting the bomb. She can catch a player just walking out of cameras in towards sight. That round could have been a little bit more different. Instead, Denmark were they're taking these individual gunfights, but at the same time, they are still isolating every single one of these kills, so there isn't going to be a trade immediately. Even if the approach is pretty individualistic. By not the best. But with that saved AWP, I was going to say maybe something could happen. Instead, it's Ramzin delivering and deleting Kitten.
Yeah, they need like a supporting flash if you're going to go for that peak, because Ramson's beating her to it every time. Throw one from middle. Can always be a good one to flash upstairs. Marie's kind of pinned in, but she's actually managed to extract herself, get away from it, and Ramson's posted close in the angle. It could have got swung, actually. It could be a good timing shot, but I think there's an anti-flash player, so it's a bit freaky-deaky. And Ismo's found another from B main. Kitty Cat timing. First hers, playing with the utility, but it doesn't matter. Kit Kat is able to adjust. We'll take down Kitty Cat.
That's a shame.
Who's the bigger prowler?
Sorry, that was a really good line, and I've ruined that for you.
Well, could have been better.
Meow. What? I forgot what I was going to say.
You can meow for me again.
Don't like the way you asked me to do that.
It's out of your character anyway.
Yeah, it is. Literally in the name. Yeah. And a yapper. Team Denmark, I think... Here's what I was going to say. I was going to say that there's a lot of these like almost moments for Team Belgium in these mid rounds, to the point where you feel like that double up. If there was a double kill in Dark there, that could have potentially turned on its head. That round could have played out a lot differently. Even in that previous round, where I think it was Ebby V and Kelly V, that they walk in together at B and they make it a 3-on-3. Like, that feels like it's a turning point in the round for Team Belgium, but they're unable to get it just over the line. It's a shame, because it's nearly but not quite. But it's these fine margins that are the difference between progression further in the qualifier and elimination. Especially when this is your map pick. You're down 6-0. This can't be feeling great.
Yeah, the caveat is that, the T side will be an easier run for Belgium. But you need something to work with when you get there. Nismo has had a lot of variations to how she's playing this main role, and she finds success again. That is insanity. What an adjustment onto the second. Didn't even see her cross. Morale just gets hers. So that is going to slow them if they wanted to continue into A in response. Instead, they're going to split B, and it's Ismo again. She's opening every single kill up and every single one ahead of her.
My go. That second shot, the adjustment was just amazing. She's been so good, as you said, at just opening up these kills. Moras is now just on the hunt. Can't ninja this. Just hoping to try and save the weapon. Although, is there a world you go for this? Is there a chance you could steal it away? Well, no, because Ramzin is trained on the angle as she leaves. Oh, hang on. Hang on, Moraltis didn't get spotted. She's sticking it. There's time here, and she's got it. Moraltis has ninjaed away the round from Team Denmark.
Spam the Salters to power up Moraltis. She hears you. What a way to get Belgium on the board. There's no way you're expecting her either, because she's the A player. The last you saw it, she got a kill in main. She walks all the way around past your exiting T's and gets the ninja defuse. That one's got you looking a little bit silly, Denmark.
As soon as I saw her by B main, I was like, there's no way. And I looked at her U2, I was like, well, she's got a smoke. Then Ramsey was on the angle, she held it. Hang on. Never mind. 2 players in mid. Marie, her antics. Not allowed this time. Opening kill going in favour of Belgium. That's something that hasn't really happened too much in this first half. Can that be the catalyst? Can that be the kickstart? The quick defib kit for Team Belgium to restart on their CT side.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like the default from Denmark, the space is there. Oh. Well, no ninja diffuses this round for Morales. Kitten though slides in and is slid out the server. And for all the opening kill got them, Denmark unravel it immediately. I can't believe. I need to see how Ramsden. She must have spotted her, or it was just.
I can tell you.
So Morales spamming the smoke.
Yeah, Morales spammed the smoke, and the angle in which the bullets were going up, and also Ramsden probably just saw her over the top of the smoke, but definitely was more aware of her when that spam came in. They're still going for this, and unfortunately, it's not going to pan out well. Ramsden locks it in. If we got a replay, that'd be cool. If we don't, it's all good. That's what I think happened, though. Where Morales is spammed, Ramsden then becomes aware of the angle, and I think she just adjusts.
No, I don't think she saw her at all. That's purely... That's... Unfortunately, the spam doesn't quite work out for Morales there. Good shot from Ramsden, but yeah, unlucky.
Good game from Ramsden.
Honestly, she's been playing lights out in this Denmark team. There's something about, I think, the fact that it's your national team. She knows that she's kind of one of the star players. It's unleashed her in a way that she doesn't get unleashed on her current team.
Give it time in her current team.
Well, you know, we've often had the conversation about systems-based, right? Role that Ramsden plays. She's much more loose in this, and it definitely is resulting in more impact in the server.
Yeah, I got a funny feeling she might be given a lot more freedom next season. We'll have to wait and see. That molly doesn't singe the toes, which means this B split is going to be a lot more potent. Morales is here, but it isn't it 1 M4, 1 MP9, and every angle being cleared. Kitty Cat will find that opening kill. Is there a trade? Yes, there is. But on the other end of things, Team Belgium just destroy Denmark on the way in.
Yeah, that'll do the trick. Nice back angle from the MP9 becomes awkward to clear after she gets one, and Morales is just able to swing. Gets that kill over on A, very fast in the rotation, and gets her at the perfect time. Check that out. Another big round, and an unlikely one for Belgium as well. Again, didn't have the best investment. Don't love keeping the Nova. And Morales might just meet Ramsden. Oh no, Morales takes one to her. Can't win out that fight every time. She's found another.
Well, there's the Nova.
Okay, well, I will just eat my words.
I think what's cool, actually, is we've seen a change-up for Morales in the last couple of rounds. And I think she's just decided she wants to be a lot more involved in the action. She's rotating a lot more, especially in that last round on B. This time she's taking the initiative with the AWP. And if that's what we're going to see here out of Team Belgium, that might result in more success because Morales is proven to be a thorn in Denmark's side. Maria ahead of the molly, but it doesn't matter. You're not ready for Ismo. Can Morales hit the trade? No. Missed shot. And Ismo finds another. This could be an ace clutch.
Yeah, it would have to be, though. You doubt her chances. Smoke down, though, and all of them are behind it. So there's the world. Seeing anything. They have to wait for the smoke. If she tries to take the fight to them, she's doomed, surely.
She could molly
3 players. Oh, she's heard noises. They're just going to rush. They're just going to rush, and she can't spray them all. Would have been monumental. It's an NT, though. Takes down 3 on her way. But Belgium get the round.
Oh, she obviously doesn't know, but if she mollies behind that smoke as it fades, that could have been something spectacular. Great openings. But again, it's this same peak coming out of Team Belgium in towards dark. No flashbangs, pure contacts, but it's Morales that this time does the difference. 7-5, you're looking at that and you're thinking, okay, that's a lot more respectable. Same conversation we had literally last map with Sweden and Romania. But Belgium need to get there. And they might be, to be fair, because this is Denmark's last buy. They're on the last legs here. even with the investment going into the last round of the half, it won't be pretty.
It's a fun little flash to peek into the angle. Denmark are patient for aggression. Belgium wrestle back some control. Mollying deep on main. Smoking dark. Denmark's intention has been fairly clear from the outset that A is where they want to go, but we've got a double up from the CT side.
Did they just shoot that? Silenced anyway. Wouldn't have mattered too much. If they push, that was the danger. Instead, Team Denmark are exploding through the smoke. Morales is set up. Is there a flashbang to help her? Yes, there is. But Team Denmark all tucked around the corner. It doesn't stop Morales. That's a lot of damage. Only one kill. Kelly V now set up in a really good position for a multi. But again, it's only a one and done. Kitten trying to provide overwatch on the AWP. Marie now slipping in. Her and Ramsden need to combine. And Team Belgium are walking straight into the guillotine. It's all up to Ramsden versus Kitten. 1v1 with the AWP.
She's repositioning. Ramsden doesn't have a lot of time on her side. That's the big issue. She's only got one bullet as well. And Kitten's just walked around, 5-7 in hand. Ramsden's going to go for the plant, swaps to the AK. Good move. Knew she had to make the noise planting anyway. Kitten doesn't spot her on the cross. And Ramsden fires the shot, but Kittens hits true. Straight to the head of Ramsden. And Belgium will deny. That one comes down to the wire. What a swing. You can see Ramsden just had the positioning, had the read, had the weaponry advantage, but doesn't hit the headshot.
She's just tucked in the corner. Right here.
Oh, that's outrageous.
Come on, that's not fair. That is not fair. But Team Belgium don't care. With the bomb plant, you get a couple of AKs in the mix. You can get, in fact, quite a lot of Galils. The buy's not going to be the worst here for Team Denmark. But they will be feeling pretty unhappy with how the conclusion of this first half has gone because they were in control and Belgium have wrestled it right back.
Yeah, this was lights out early on. What was it? 5-0 before the Ninja defuse, which got Belgium started.
I think it was even 6. And
Now
that's
we
right.
have-
You got to remember, it all started with a ninja.
Yeah, and it could be a 5-7 half. Ramsden's all not in the equation. She's been such a big difference maker with that weapon. A lot of emphasis middle from the T side early. CT's also have a pretty solid setup here.
Ooh. I like that. You shoot the AWP and then you try and bait in the rifle, but Denmark have just crept in. Oh, they're not ready whatsoever, Belgium. Marie finds the opener and the second. Never mind, that's Ramsden. It doesn't matter. Team Denmark will take it all day long. Anya gets caught off by Morales. Ismo, what on earth is that?
Okay, this can still be recovered, especially if they swing straight into Morales. They get the 2 openers in middle and they crumble on the extremities. Lose a player dropping. Lose the player lurking. And lose the round to Morales. Belgium 5-7. Morales leading from the front.
I'm in disbelief. I really am in disbelief with how this round falls apart. They had all the direction, and this one kill that Morales gets pushing A main, a really common reaction to if you lose mid, completely sends Denmark scrambling. Fair play to her because she's able to find that hat trick to keep Team Belgium in it. Oh my god. It shouldn't be 7-5.
And yet it is. Belgium going to go for the old Classico, the drop. We saw this work earlier. Can they also find success? Good entry kill, but Ismo's still present. Ramsden gets hers too, and she's also not quite run down. And it's very fast up through Dark, but drops and it's onto Ismo again. 2 kills in this round already, needs another couple. With her locked into Dark, even swaps to the Glock just with the close range advantage with it. KitKat dodging her around that pillar. Ismo can't find this kill. It's just not being given up. She needs to be the one that takes it to them. And they're just playing around the pillar. She finds the first though. Has the time. Tap on the bomb, up close, Ismo gets all 4. And that's going to be her stealing this pistol.
16 years old. 16 years old and has come up big for her country. 4 kills in the pistol for Ismo. It's iconic. And it's exactly what Team Denmark needed. They needed something just to calm them down. And maybe much like that ninja defuse that Moraltis got in the first half, this clutch of such important magnitude could be the settling and the breathing room that Team Denmark needed. Because getting the pistol often leads to more success. That's exactly what Team Denmark need, especially on the CT side of Anubis. It will be a forced buy, of course. Team Belgium got the bomb down. Made it into that. Whoa. 1 on 2.
Essentially the same buy on both sides.
Yeah. Pretty much same U2 as well, right?
Triple SMG. The rifles. Ismo has the kit. She gets everything for her 4K. Got that extra money. She can't swing for info with the MP9, so she has to play a pretty passive angle. Which means Denmark are playing in the dark as to where Belgium want to approach. Till a bit of action spotted in middle, including the bomb, and the flames aren't going to deter Kitten. Just charging forward. Ramson doing a lot of damage. Enzi barely alive. Great flashbang. That is perfect. But there's still managing to find kills only for a moment. Ramson, that is beautiful. Low HP doesn't matter. Gets a triple kill. And Moraltis spotted. Ramson doesn't have the bullets to finish the job, but in fact, Moraltis will get that kill. But it's her against the world. And the world will win.
I fact-checked myself. Ismo is 17. My bad, but still insane. Like, ridiculous. And so is this. Mopping them up in middle. Denying the bomb plant as well is big for Team Denmark. Just pistols. Now for Belgium, opportunity for the CT side to double the scoreline of their opposition, to be 3 steps away from taking their opponent's map pick. They're in the best possible position right now. They just have to hope that they don't really run into the same troubles as we saw in our first best of 3, where pistols... Oh, wow. Uh-oh. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, Marie, luckily on that right-hand side. Otherwise, she would have just been destroyed. Ends up just being a few freebies. Full Ramson at the end. Marie gets the triple kill. That one doesn't end up being too costly. It's a fun stack to do, though. I've been on the receiving end of it before.
It hurts. Okay. No, I was wondering if I was going to see double AWP there, but no. They keep the MP9. I think they have money for double AWP, but where it was being sold and then rebought, my brain was like, oh, maybe. Fast play. Look at this. Not ready, though, for Moraltis. Ismo will trade. It always feels like it's that head-to-head. Whoever gets the best is going to win the round for the other team.
Yeah, it's like this micro game that's going on within the macro. Now, Marie is very isolated. She is the only one between mid and A. And that's exactly where Belgium are going. So Belgium are going to have all of the advantages. The Molotov's thrown and you think, okay, that's giving up the ghost. But I think this is just to allow the progression of the mid player. Well, it has caused the rotation, so maybe it's too good.
I think it's still okay, because Kitten can cut off. Marie will go 1 for 1. Are you ready for Ramsey? No. Blue opened the smoke, but misses the shot. There's that play in mid. KitKat puts an end to it. A 3-on-2. But the bomb will go down. It needs to be a retake effort here for Denmark.
She was so low. Enzi burns one alive and then takes the head off Ramsin. So Ismo, who's been phenomenal and wouldn't be her first 1v2 under her belt in this map, they know where she's coming from. She has a kit, but she has a bit of time to work with. As soon as she gets the first, even if she did, the swing was going to be there. Enzi, a massive triple kill in that post plant. Big round from her. Belgium immediately fight back. They're first on this T side.
That was wild. I didn't even expect that to happen so quickly. We were setting it up, and then in a blink of an eye, Enzi has just killed both. Burns one out with the molly and just hit some sharp headshots. For this T side, enough money for Team Denmark to reinvest. Another AWP being acquired for Ramsin. And it's uncontested as well. I think you're right. We are seeing some good sort of shades from Team Belgium. I can see it clicking together, but I've been very impressed with what I've seen out of Team Denmark so far.
There's a reason each of these teams is fighting for a spot. Made out their groups. How are you going to get past this? Kelly B's surely doomed. Yeah. That close angle from the AWP is pretty disgusting.
There's so many layers, right? Because the fact that Ramsin is so close on the angle means the flash doesn't affect her. Even if she misses the shot, you still got the rifle at close range, and that flash also doesn't affect them. So nice little multi-layering setup for Team Denmark to guarantee that kill over at A. And that's going to force Team Belgium with no map control to go in towards B. There is still two defenders here. Rotation can be on the way for Marie, but she kind of has to go now.
Utility in the air. KitKat has a counter smoke to deploy, but yeah, they're not going to respect it. They're through, but it's going to cause problems. Ismo can stand and deliver, and Marie steps in as well. Don't even need the rotations. Marie arrives at the perfect time to bail out Ismo, who was about to go down and needed that extra player. Between the two of them, Astralis' finest hold strong for Denmark.
Really good flash as well from KitKat over towards Glyph. Timed it as soon as the smoke landed as well. So Ismo had that extra second of bailout, but it also brought enough time for Marie to come over. Really important flash that we kind of saw being lined up, but never thrown. Fast B. Hold W, that's the strat. Flashbang's really good, but Ismo, she's just better. It just doesn't matter. Doesn't even need to see her opponents. Between her and KitKat, they once again lock the door to this B bomb site. There's no way through Ismo.
She's 23 for 7. Having an absurd map. She's fully blind, gets that kill, and they still can't deal with her because KitKat's there to support. Six chances now. It felt like we're losing, not that round, but the round before. That was maybe the killing blow for Belgium. This one looks to be a tough recovery. Especially with Ramsin in all the right places. Easy. Trade should be there. Oh, the Mac 10. No. Oh, come on. That was just unfair. Morale just feels hard done by. At least her teammate trades her, but Marie again stepping up. Kelly V can't get past Anya. And Enzi, I doubt she can do too much here at all. First is her, second as well. She's brought down low off the back of it. Doesn't even have the bomb, by the way. That's over towards top middle. So has to fight her way out, and that's not going to get very far because Ismo is there, of course. So Denmark take map 1.
Yeah, just unbelievable performance from Ismo and I guess Ramsin for like 6 rounds. Ramsin was really consistent throughout, but her numbers started to tail off a bit because Ismo just sort of like brushed her to the side and said, okay, I'll just do it myself. I mean, that was incredible, to be honest. And I think that scoreline would have actually been a lot closer if Ismo didn't really just kind of step up and put the whole team on her shoulders, because Team Belgium were warming into it. They had some crazy rounds to sort of stabilize them towards the end of that first half. But what a difference a pistol round makes, right? And again, that's all because of the clutch from Ismo.
Yeah, and that ended up being the big issue. They lose both pistols on the Belgian side, both down to quad kills from a player from Denmark, whether that's Ramsin, whether that's Ismo. that's a big blow for them because it meant that each of their starts was really slow to each half. Once the gun rounds came out, actually Belgium looked quite good, but you need to win at least one pistol for a chance. That's just at the end of the day, it just makes it so much harder for you. So Ismo's 1v2 kind of sets the tone for that second half, and it's enough. But props to Moraltis in particular, right? Gets the Ninja Diffuser, get them started, and had just a lights up performance generally.
Yeah, I thought Moraltis played well. I want to say Enzi, give a shout out to her because I thought Enzi was really impactful in this game. And Kelly V, we didn't see, it felt like Kelly V was playing quite similar to a player from Team Sweden that escapes me right now, but where it was like Emsan, where it was like all these impact kills, but the stats didn't really paint a true picture because Kelly V was there performing to get some really important kills to Team Belgium, keeping them in the game, stabilizing that first half. But the second half was just a complete shutdown.
Yeah, I think that's one thing I noticed like between this game and the other game I saw from Belgium is that I think Kelly V was a real frag leader in that kind of first game I saw from them. And in this one, yeah, the impact was there, but it wasn't kind of like round defining in the same way that Moraltis's, impact was. This round in particular, I think is a great highlight of that, in fact, where she takes initiative, push out main, gets that kill, comes back, gets the double up. But overall, this was probably Belgium's best chance. I don't think that Inferno is impossible. It's definitely one that I know Moraltis has been putting the prac in on, but I don't know how deep the Belgium as a team's map pool is, and that's the big concern for me.
Yeah, and also look, you have a look at this T side for Team Denmark, and it's kind of what you expect just out of Danish teams. Really good utility, really good execute, sort of heavy counter-strike, and that's what you're going to get on Inferno, a map with the best fundamentals, right? And the utility usage was sublime from Team Denmark, and that's now where I really start to worry for Team Belgium. I think you're completely spot on, but that's just our predictions. We have to wait and see how it pans out. Elimination on the line potentially for Team Belgium. They need to bounce back on Inferno, but can they? We'll find out just after this. Welcome back into the IESF European Regional Qualifiers 2024. I wanted to give it a go. I didn't do that badly. Team Denmark versus Team Belgium is currently going in favor of Team Denmark, and Team Belgium, they need to win Inferno, otherwise they'll be eliminated and will not have a chance to progress through to LAN in Riyadh at the end of the year.
Wake me up before you Ismo. That's kind of the story here, because she went absolutely sicko mode on map 1, and now we go into their map pick, and it feels pretty cool for the Danish squad at the moment. And Belgium, if they can win a pistol round, maybe that's their key to success, because that was what was missing for them. The gun rounds looked pretty good, and I don't want to write them off completely yet. Inferno's being one of the maps that I think Moraltis has been calling on in scrims and the like, so I think she's definitely got the confidence there. It's just whether the rest of the team has had time to kind of practice a national squad on this map, and that I'm not sure about.
Yeah, update as well, because obviously we haven't just got this lower bracket game, we've also got the others. Turkey 1-0 up against Belarus, Slovakia 1-0 up against Austria, and Norway 1-0 up against Germany.
Okay.
Now back to you in the studio. Well, on Inferno, I guess. Lucy Loose.
Appreciate it. Brandy dandy dog. We got the classic Belgium stack. There's nothing classic about it, but that's at all relevant to Belgium. This is a very standard little setup. Enzi might get punished. She'll get punished. Oh, no. Yes. Okay. Anya gets the better of it. Enzi was aware.
She was, but she also got deleted. Interestingly enough, that's not caused any rotations whatsoever. And Team Denmark haven't heard anything. And when they haven't really felt any resistance over towards Banana, they might feel like someone might have rotated away, but no, instead the stack remains, and Kitten left alone completely here. There has to be a consideration in the next couple of seconds that they could have gone long to CT, but they feel like they're now in the best possible position here. There's flashbangs to be set up in counter. Moraltis will bomb them over. 20 seconds. You got to clear all these different angles, and, well, they will. I was
Yeah,
really setting it up like they wouldn't.
the sheer numbers were enough, even if it comes down to the wire. Well, 10 seconds there. Kitten is in for a world of hurt, as there is a late lurk in play from Anya. So even if she got that kill, which she doesn't, it wouldn't have mattered. Another Ismo multi-kill round.
I really like the idea, though, from Team Belgium, right? They just remain rooted. They got a good idea that this probably is going to MB because there wasn't any commitment after the initial push out themselves in towards apartments. Team Denmark didn't capitalize on that chance. They just remain rooted. They had the setup with the flashbangs from Arautis, but it just wasn't enough. Everyone chiming in with good kills there for Team Denmark, and I don't want to say it, but I will. That's another pistol going in favor of Team Denmark.
Come on. Come on. It's one pistol. That's all we're asking for. Yeah, that one was in a good position to win. Just needed to kill them, essentially.
That one was the second best opportunity they've had to win the pistol.
Yes.
The first one being the 2-on-1, 4-on-2.
Yeah. It doesn't work out.
It's going to be one of these games, everyone strap in. Inferno, where everyone doesn't really do anything for a little bit. This will be a swing in towards mid. All 5 players peeking at the same time. Marie spots all of them and is trapped. Needs help from second mid. Will get it, but a little bit late. Might be the only casualty just for now. Kelly V will chime in with one on Kit Kat. And Anya's quite low. Anya needs to go and live. Are there any rifles that could be picked up here for Kelly V? It doesn't look like it at the moment.
Ramson's going to get a hands on one. She just goes for the armor USP buy into that second round, which can be a little scary if things do go awry. Yeah, Kelly, we can find a silver rifle, mayhaps, or an SMG. Yeah, right. Look at that, an AK-47. How good's that?
Can she get out with it though?
No.
That's the next question.
Yes? No.
No. No.
I realized I said that with way too much of an accent. I know.
That's not me making fun of Lucy. Well, it is, but we've been doing that as an inside.
Oh
bit
yeah. You've been making fun of me for a long time. Yeah,
for years.
That makes it okay.
Yeah, it does. It's continued humor.
Yeah, if it's only making fun of someone once, it's bad. But if you do it every day, that's just their life.
It's fine. That's just our dynamic.
Tough love, which has been how Denmark have opened up these halves for Belgium, not giving them the opportunities. Ismo, an open up onto Moraltis, and Ismo is not done. Wow. We could just follow Ismo the whole time. Crazy how good she is. It's not fair, actually. I'm gonna say it. It's not fair. How can someone be so good at Counter-Strike so young? Like, how dare she have practiced and put her entire heart and soul into this game to become so good at it? When I just log on and do the bare minimum and don't play that well, it's just not okay.
Damn, you sound like 90% of Reddit.
She's just cheating. It's the only way
just
she can be better than me.
I asked her, I said, how did you warm up for this? And she said, I played Prem. Fair.
Well, you play against enough hackers, it does warm you up, I guess.
I guess so. Valve, please. Belgium, please. Pistols down banana. A bombardment as well, but doesn't really do any damage. In fact, it just goes the other way until Moraltis steps in with 2 quick kills. But will that be enough? My best guess is no. So you can't even recover a rifle towards the tail end of it. Molly goes in the corner just in case on both sides. Leaving no stone unturned. Kelly V is in towards top middle. And now they're even throwing the guns away. This is brutal.
Oh. Little arms spotted. Not that she's got specifically little arms, but Ramses saw her
okay.
little arm. Ramses doesn't just have strangely small arms. I'm sure they're regular sized. Regardless, Ramsin, we'll be looking at them.
It's 2024. I understand, but at the same time, you can say it was a little bit of an arm that was spotted. It's okay. I won't cancel you. 4-0. Denmark trying to cancel out Team Belgium. And it is another gun round. And it's Anya that had a really, honestly, rough game on Anubis, coming into her own now. It's Ismo charging up Banana ahead of all this utility. Look at how fast they progressed up B.
Yeah, just got that control early without really having to do too much. No, there is an AWP in the hands of Kitten. That's playing towards alongside. But all this pressure has caused a third rotation from Belgium over on this side of the map. Oh, they're going to retake Banana. Marie, though, not flashed. Playing behind the half wall, able to swing and counter. Ismo was stuck. Marie bails her out, which is often the story. Yeah. Marie bails her out, and it's to set her up to do one of those.
Time to save.
Nah.
Uh-oh.
Nope. No one's
Time
saving.
to try and save. Yeah, I mean, look, this is a 5-on-1. Of course you're going to hunt this. Of course you're going to try and deny everything. Kelly V not yet spotted. You know that she's sort of like the apps short player because of her push in that very first round. Also, they've cleared everything else. Ismo, misses the timing. Does she spot her in towards Boiler? No, but now they'll be aware of it. Kelly V holding onto the weapon for her dear life. We'll now try and actually reset back in, but Anya denies. 8-0 for Anya, 5-0 for Denmark. It's a statement on Inferno.
Too easy for Marie. Dodges that initial flash, and she can just hold that angle as they swing straight into her crosshair. Kelly V does the same thing back to them, but all just exits until she's found as well. Here's the difference maker, Brandon. Once again, this is the round where Belgium got it done on Anubis on that CT side. Came with the back of having a Nova in play. It ain't over until it's Nova.
All right, that's enough now.
I thought that was really good.
I know.
I was
I know
sitting
you
there
did.
just smiling to myself, thinking, yeah.
I actually I
good.
clicked the viewer, minimized it a bit. I was just watching you, just soaking it.
My grin.
Hang on, Nova.
Hey!
There it is. On Ismo. Any more? No. Marie backs out. They're going to reset in towards A. Kitten with the Deagle. On short. Has got a player in supporting Kelly V, but they aren't playing together at the moment. There is a third rotate here. The Arsenal gets a little bit better, but it's still worse for wear here. Out long. Oh, the MP9. Kitten's found 2 on the Deag. Anya looking to completely repair the damages, and she's managed it.
Still an advantage for Belgium. Kitty Cat is close. In fact, Marie planting, was exposed for a moment, but Kitty Cat takes her time, and Marie's just going to walk back. The flashbang forward doesn't spot her, but is able to adjust. Good shot to the head, does cost her a lot of health, but a smoke gonna make it harder. Running through, Marie hits it. And it's on to Moraltis to clutch. AK recovered, smoke to fade. 1 forward for her to work with. First player known, and actually not spotted. Time gonna be an issue. There's that first kill, no second, sees the gun. Moraltis spamming, can't quite get it done, and time is running out. Anya's run the round just by staying alive. The HE over the top. Anya is doomed. So she will face her first death, but she won't lose the round.
But on the stats, that won't show up as a death, I don't think. So I think she'll technically still be immortal. I tell you what, fair play. Even with the Nova joke, he did say this was the round that they potentially could have won, and that was the round where it looked like they were going through into another gear, which didn't quite pan out. And I was right, she keeps the slate clean. And so did Team Denmark. Kitten back out on the AWP. We just saw her Deagle prolifics. Hopefully now with the sniper, she can get a little bit more involved. They're not going for these peaks. So notice how they're not really challenging Rams in a lot of these early engagements, which saw Team Belgium losing the opening pick round after round on Anubis.
Ooh, Marie wants this fight. Marata shows her little arm again.
The danger with this setup for Team Belgium is where you're playing so reactive, you're giving so much control over that Team Denmark can take this anywhere. And because you're not looking for any control on the map, you can't rotate unless you make it into a gamble. This smoke is going to obscure vision for Kitten. Nade's great, but Kitty Cat's not going to swing off the back of it because it's well orchestrated with Team Denmark that they're taking this top bracket's control with their util. At the same time, that smoke lands at long. It feels like it's going to MB. Feels like they're just testing the waters now. They've received no resistance whatsoever here on brackets.
Yeah, such a rotate. Kitten swings. Actually, just faked the runoff. Sorry. Morales just ran away. The Kitten. Oh, Anya plays that to perfection. Gets both. And that's going to cause Morales to fall back. At the same time, they attack onto B. This is perfection from Denmark. Although Morales getting one through the smoke does open up an interesting opportunity. Bomber only just getting planted as the clock ticks down. Morales runs through. Marie bails them out. That could have got out of control. And instead, it's Kelly V in a 1v3. No HP player on Marie. It's a bit of time with the kit, but up on the angle, it's going to be exits.
How close that round comes. If Moratis just denies the bomb, that's it. First round back. And of course, it would be her, Kelly V, looking just to, as you said, get some further damage done, but it doesn't matter. There's quite a healthy bank balance building already for Team Denmark. I mean, won 7 rounds in a row. Anya can drop. In fact, all she does is drop Kelly V. 13-0. Check out this. This second one as well. Forces the AWP to take the shot on the jiggle and then re-swings in. Unleashed on Inferno. Chicken's having a little snooze.
Oh.
God damn it.
Ramsden.
She knows that would have annoyed me.
What the hell, man? Not cool.
That's not cool either.
Oh, takes down a chicken, then she takes down a kitten.
Animal violence.
Well, the cat gets revenge. And that's a big fight for Morales to win. Puts the advantage for Belgium. Kelly V needs to be careful. In fact, actually catches the perfect timing. She gets both. Beautiful from Kelly. 3K for her. Deals with all of them as they try and make their way to A.
Yeah, well done. That timing was a little bit off there from Team Denmark, because where they got these opening kills, they just thought they could immediately just pounce on towards the site. And this is the first time that Morales gets interested in towards Banana. The first time that they take space off the back of receiving contact over towards top mid. It catches Ismo completely off guard because Team Denmark have just been able to walk there for free 9 times out of 10. I guess I should have said 7 rounds out of 8. It's fast again. Look at this from Ismo. It's accelerating straight into Morales. And between the flames and between her bullets, she's able to get the opener.
Marie continues. This smoke is just perfect for her to work around. That's a CT smoke that went a little bit too deep. Marie more than happy to capitalize on that opportunity. Kitty Cat will, again, find Kit Kat. Can't even upgrade, though. Denmark have player advantage, even though Ismo is low. You kind of just leave her over at B and watch there, it's Marie. Okay, never mind. Do what you want. You got more players.
Yeah, that's nice. Just contact in. Use your utils, clear out angles. I thought it was just going to be a push. Instead, they're going to lead with the utility. That smoke is a little bit funky. But Marie just walks back into Banana, because why not? And then that's going to cause another rotate. In fact, it's going to cause all of Denmark to go back in towards B. 30 seconds left. And Anya, she's on the lurk. And the timing is fantastic, because Kelly V is going to have no idea that she's here.
They're playing with the food right now. Oh, come on. It doesn't get any easier. Spam meets spam. It doesn't taste too good for Belgium. 8-round T-side and no signs of stopping just yet. And the way that they're playing this, the patience, the pausing, the moving back and forth, just Belgium, when they're in the disadvantage, they just have no idea how to respond.
The thing is, this is such a Danish map. Like, if you had to categorize maps into nations, as to what team you think would just do really well, you'd put Denmark on Inferno or Nuke.
Yeah, Nuke is the one that jumps to me. If I see a Danish stack on Nuke, I'm scared.
I'd put Finnish people on Nuke.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, either of those, I'm like, oh, well, this is going to be a fun game.
And this is definitely the inexperience for Team Belgium on this map, because they're just not prioritizing taking control of Banana. They're not fighting for it. They're not even going for like aggressive second mid peaks. They're not going together when they're taking apartments. It's just all falling apart. And I think Team Denmark, with the acceleration they've been showing, especially on this T side, they've got all the control in the first like 30 seconds. And it's just so difficult to try and deal with it. Look, again, 1 minute 30, top Banana achieved immediately.
Yeah, Belgium haven't really gone for that deep control. Outside of like a round with pistols. So mostly a passive hold. Getting on this line again. Get smoked off.
Oh, that was really close.
Oh, is that a headshot? That's crazy.
With the combo, the molly as well, that gets both up and down portions of the balcony. Again, this is all just feigning presence, because guess what? Belgium have no map control, so you can take this anywhere if you're Denmark, and they know it. So they're just going to vacate top mid. Ismo's not received any contacts apart from that one incendiary over at B. 30 seconds, they're just going to exec.
The smoke can be dropped on B, and
they got a nade.
Drop the smoke now. Yeah, okay. Yeah, they do have a nade. Gonna blow it, and Moraltis, the right idea to get ahead of it, hoping that they have to just force their way through, and she can just mow them down as they come out. But with that HE, it ends all aspirations. And Anya's just in the back lines. Inferno's her map, 14 and 2. Her best Ismo impression. Kitten 1 on 3. Kind of want this all one of these final rounds.
Yeah, but
you're also desperate for a round.
Yeah. It's too far gone now. That's indecision. Kitten thought about going for it, made it to a bit. It was like, nah. Fair enough. Keeping the sniper, but Denmark are now going to go up to 9 rounds on this T side, which means the most that Belgium can get is 3.
Come on. It's not fair. She's just shooting the pillar. Definitely wasn't shooting her head, I'll tell you that much.
Kitten from another kitty cat is how it reads, left to right. It's kind of funny. No, that's it. That was the end of my point.
Much to meow about. Kin is on a different side this time with the AWP, giving Short a go. So it looks to provide a bit of violence on Banana. Routus is just playing to bait. Preemptive smoke. And just trying to exit. Oh, that's almost terrible. And in fact, it ends up not being too great. So found a kill onto Kitten. Kitty Cat falls all onto Kelly V, and she hits the deck. This is a dismantling of Belgium. I did fear, Brandon, that Anubis was a must-win, and I think we're seeing why.
Yeah. Pretty much. I mean, that was... Do I understand that bit? I don't know. They dropped the smoke preemptively because they were expecting a molly to land in, as it's always been mollied, sandbags. And then they dropped a flash and tried to get out, and Team Denmark just swung behind it. That's unfortunate. That's a round where it's like nothing is going your way, and there's sort of nothing you can really do about it. That is unfortunate. Oh, maybe. Oh, come on. There was a lineup. And Enzi didn't get any.
Yeah, it's just one of those games, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
You know, I hate to say it, Brandon, but I don't think the pistol round would have had a substantial difference.
Oh.
That was cool. I didn't know you could silent drop there. That was silent, right?
Yeah, yeah.
What did you even do to do that? That was neat.
I didn't know either. That spun a body round and like landed on like a pixel.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, Kitty Cat. 1 on 3. Marie's low. Need this round to at least get a second, but it doesn't feel very hopeful. Molly in towards Pit. You know exactly where they're coming from now. Ramsin deletes through the box. That's salt in the wound. That's Anya 17 and 3 as the half ends.
Well. Cat. She's a kitty cat, but she don't dance, 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 and dance, dance, dance in this one.
That one's gone right over my head.
You don't know the little cat, and it goes, I'm a cat. I'm a kitty cat. And a dance, 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 and a dance, dance, dance. I'm a cat. I'm a kitty cat. And a dance, 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 and a dance, dance, dance.
No, I have no idea.
Don't.
No, I'll Google it after.
I'm a cat. I'm a kitty.
Please stop.
Dance, dance, dance.
Please. They should have put our cameras on there to see.
Certified internet banger, that one. Okay, well.
Oh, look, Maratis has dropped, which is why we've got this pause. She'll come back in a sec. All right, here we go.
The cat goes. Okay, wait, hold up.
No.
I'm a cat. I'm a kitty cat. And a dance, 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 and a dance, dance, dance. I'm a cat. It's like this. I'm a kitty cat. You're not seeing that? I'll send it to you. That's. You can take us off cams now. I've done the little dance. That's. Do it with me. I'm a cat.
No, it's just funnier because I just don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that makes it way worse. Like, what better movie?
I think it makes it better.
Context is key.
Yeah, true. It is. I could give some context. Denmark are 2 rounds away from knocking Belgium out.
All right, well, let's listen. Let's take a look at how the other games are going.
All right. Okay, I'm here for that. What have you got?
I haven't
I
haven't got them in
you
front
live
of
on
me.
the ground? Okay, I got them.
Okay, cool. I was about to open them.
Slovakia have won 2-0 against Austria.
Okay.
So Austria are eliminated. Currently in the Belarus versus Turkey game, Turkey are winning that one 9-4 in that second map. They're already one map to the good. So if that keeps going the way it's going, Turkey will progress and Belarus will be eliminated. And the final one, Germany versus Norway, is currently 6-6 in map 2, with Norway winning that first game 13-6 against Germany.
Noting how tough this side of the bracket is. Denmark, Belgium, and then you've got Czech Republic waiting, who have been playing some really good Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
And you get past that, and it's one of Romania, Turkey, or Belarus. So it doesn't get easier. Portugal, Slovakia is going to be a good one. I think Slovakia kind of has the same problem that Belgium had on this first map, where so Moralta's play is generally kind of anchor positions, right? So you're playing B here, A on Anubis, and you can only have so much impact in that position. So when you're most experienced and highest, I guess, skill ceiling player in terms of current form is playing an anchor position, they can't have as much impact, right, as someone who's playing a more important role. So when you've got a player like Meratus, it's tough. And it's similar for Slovakia where you've got Cat, right? When they come to Cat, it's great. And on the T side, she can have more impact. But that was kind of how Slovakia were being beaten in a few of their games. Was the one I saw, which came incredibly close. It was like Cat on like almost 30 kills. Because she was always forced to either clutch it or like maybe they rushed B and she was able to get like a 3K. But like if they avoided her, it became very hard for her to have the impact until the end of the rounds.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. It's like we know that like you've got like stars, so you just kind of avoid them.
Well, I compare it to Sweden, right, where Zaz plays very active roles in the team and is always going to have impact. So, that's the kind of comparison.
Yeah, I get that. I can definitely see that. Just kind of looking down the list, and I think what's cool as well. I mean, obviously, you've had a chance to see all these teams. Serbia, don't really know too much about the Serbian team. Like, there's a lot of players here that I'm really unfamiliar with, but it's cool that they've made it this far, for example. And it's, again, just more eyes just on that country, but also just on that scene domestically. That's a very cool story. Moraltis is back. Maybe we can circle back to that point just about the other countries. But I want to finish this chapter because we're currently entering the second half. It's a must-win pistol round. Currently 0 for 3 are Belgium in the pistols. They need to have a lights-out T side here.
All right, Belgium starts with your first pistol round. Can you get past Anya? Very few have been able to so far. And, well, they fake it. Oh, this is the K10 pistol round. They're going to go back to B. But Denmark have not budged. And Ismo, oh no, Ismo just decapitates him. 2 for her, and you've still got Marie ready to swing. This is just decimation. There's no pistol round for Belgium today, unless Kelly V has something to say.
Okay.
Gets her kills, gets the dualies. Will she even get the bomb plant? They're so quick. They're so fast. Yeah, not going to get away. They just barrel up Banana.
I got excited. When Kelly V got those first 2 kills, was feeling it, could see it, especially after Ismo had just destroyed the rest of Team Belgium up Banana. Kelly V looking to be that outlet, not to be. Another pistol round falling in favor of Team Denmark. And now they have 11 series points, and Belgium are going up against 11 elimination points for their journey here in the European qualifier.
AK for Moraltis. 3 SMGs. It's not the worst. Denmark are taking the fight to them. Anya, Ismo, even pushing through smokes, getting a bit out of control, a bit unruly. And it has cost them a couple of players. For 2-on-3, Kitten so low. In fact, it's just Kitty Cat remaining. She's mopped up. Denmark do it in style. 13-1 on Inferno to continue their run here in IESF.
Yeah, they're very dominant from Team Denmark. That was always going to be the struggle when Belgium just come onto Inferno. And for Team Denmark, look, you got to give them a lot of praise. We came into this saying how much sort of experience they have, but also the fact that they've got players that do play together as well, which goes a long way, especially in events like this. And we do expect them to kind of progress further. I think they should be one of the teams potentially that can qualify through to take one of these last 2 spots. But the Team Belgium, it's commiserations really, because we can bring out the highlights, because some of these individuals really impressed, not only today, but also just throughout the qualifier in general. Kelly V and Enzi, I really want to highlight them from what I saw in just a small sample. But of course Moraltis as well for Team Belgium. I really am hoping that some teams take notice and they do pick up some of these players, or we can kind of see them just in the broader ESL Impact scene as well.
We see Kelly V return, because she's been such a prolific member of the women's Counter-Strike scene, and it feels like she's missed this renaissance, you know. Leaves CS as ESL Impact starts and we get this revival of the scene, and obviously it probably hurts a little to see your former teammates go on and end up, you know, making an error, but she's clearly still got the mechanics, so it'd be cool to see her, you know, just bring that experience back into a new squad, and I hope that an event like this maybe sparks interest in her. Obviously it's whether she's got the passion, drive, or is in that place in her life to do it, but it's always nice when people return to the game, just like when Zaz and Giuliano came back, and they're doing pretty darn well. But yeah, Denmark continue. They still have a tough match with Serbia kind of up next. That's going to be maybe a potential, sorry, not Serbia, Czech Republic up next, which is going to be a tough one as mentioned. That's a team with some pretty strong fraggers in there. I've been really impressed by their run. Denmark almost ended up in the upper bracket with that initial 13-11 loss to Sweden. So they have to do it the hard way, and they're showing that that's not going to deter them.
Yeah, and of course, look, focusing back on this game just for a sec, really want to shout out Anya, because I had a really rough map 1, stepped up significantly in map 2, was the hard carry for Team Denmark, Ismo hard carry for Team Denmark on map 1. It's really cool to see the youngsters stepping up and trying to take their country towards Riyadh towards the end of the year. So if they're able to do it, that would be a really cool storyline.
Yeah, remember, we've got what? 12 teams fighting for 2 spots. I had to do some real quick maths there. So yeah, it's the action doesn't end here, Brandon. We got days left to decide who the remaining teams are. As I mentioned, there's still a couple of games kind of ongoing where we'll see who else is going to be making it through. But yeah, it's a long journey to Riyadh, and I'm just glad that we have a lot more spots, because it means it's a lot more exciting teams, because there's so many strong teams. We've seen a few of them here today. Sadly, Team Belgium will not be continuing their run any further, but hopefully we see them next year, because there's some great Counter-Strike coming out for them. But for us, that's it on the broadcast today. We're back tomorrow to continue the action and see who's going to Riyadh, so make sure you tune back in.